Do you make your chai with all milk or milk and water? I've made hundreds of cups of chai using both techniques, but I've never tested these methods side by side. So today I'm doing exactly that so that we can settle the debate and make a cup that delivers rich depth of flavor every single time. This experiment has been designed with scientific precision. I'm testing for depth of flavor and ease of making. Since I want to test the methods, I've kept everything else the same. The spices, the quantity of sugar and tea leaves, and the amount of time that I cook these chais for is the same. I even used the same vessel to cook them in. This method uses 50% water and 50% milk as the base. I add in half a cup more water than I need because some of it will evaporate as we boil the chai. Tea polyphenols give tea its characteristic aroma, flavor, and color. These are water soluble and are extracted from the tea leaves as soon as they hit the hot water. I add in the spices first because I want to infuse the water with the aroma of the spices before the tea leaves go in. Sugar, once dissolved, makes the consistency of the chai thinner. That's why we're adding the sugar at this stage instead of at the end. I can really smell the tea and the spices, but I've got to be honest, this technique has a higher chance of overbrewed chai, so let's see how it turns out. Now it's time to add the milk and bubble it away for a few more minutes. If you're enjoying this technique-driven approach to cooking, join me to learn the essential Indian cooking techniques that most recipes never teach. Spaces are limited, so I can customize the lessons for each student. I'll leave all the details for you below. Let's strain this first chai and move on to the next method, which is milk only. This method only uses milk, so the technique is pretty straightforward. I had this chai at a small shop in North Delhi a couple of years ago, and I still remember the aroma and the flavors. I'm adding in a little bit more milk than I need to allow for evaporation. I add in the spices first so that the tannins in the tea don't interfere with the infusion process. It also prevents overbrewing of the chai, which can make it bitter. The infusion takes about 4 minutes, and then we'll add in the tea leaves and sugar. Adding the sugar at this stage makes sure it dissolves properly. I love how the tea leaves turn this aromatic pale milk into a vibrant terracotta color as they cook. I can smell the fragrance of the tea leaves and a little bit of the spices. It smells delicious. I cooked this for 9 minutes total, just like the other one. Now it's time to serve both of these chais and taste them side by side.
Now
we are on to my favorite part of the video, which is tasting these chais. Since I haven't tried them side by side, I'm really intrigued to find out with all of you which one packs the most flavor. So on the right side, we have the tea where I didn't use any water. It was just milk. And on the left side, we have the tea where we used half water, half milk. As you can see, the tea with water is a little bit deeper in color. I don't know if you can see through the camera, but I can clearly see that this is a deeper brown in color, whereas this one is a bit more terracotta, brighter shade. So let's try it and see which one has the most flavor. Gonna start with this one. I can smell the spices and I can smell the tea. Wow, the tea really comes through. I can taste the cardamom, the spiciness from the cloves, as well as the little hint of heat from the ginger. The texture is really nice, and from a technique standpoint, this was pretty easy. Yes, we had to, add the ingredients in 2 batches, but overall, I would say that this is a delicious version of chai. Now let's try the other one. I do smell the spices and the tea, but they're a bit more mellow. Wow. I can still taste a lot of the spices in this tea. I can taste the cardamom. I can taste the cloves. The ginger doesn't come through as much. And the tea flavor is there, but it's not necessarily as intense as this one. I love the texture of this tea because it's a little bit thicker, creamier, and coats the mouth a lot better than this one. In terms of the technique or the ease of making, this is a lot easier to make. So which one would I pick between the two? Let me try it again. All right, well, I really love the strong flavor of tea and the heat that I'm getting from the ginger in this version. So I'm going to pick this one. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite and what spices you like to add in your masala chai. See you next time. Although I prefer the water and milk chai, this all-milk rose chai I had in Delhi is one of the best I've ever tried. I know you love it too.